Coach, despite the loss, an impressive performance by your group. They managed to whittle the lead down a bunch of times. It just seemed like it was never going to work. How impressed were you with their stick-to-itiveness? Because they went 4 quarters of battling.
Yeah, I mean, and the second two were definitely better, right? The third quarter and the fourth quarter, they really showed fight. It's hard to spot a team, very good team like that, 20 points in the first and second. So definitely the tale of two halves. Second half, much better, much more fight, much more ability to get in our gaps, to rebound, make them miss. And I'm really proud of them for that. We just can't spot them the 20 points and try and make it that deficit. But a heck of a battle, like you say, absolutely.
That was a very slow first half. What do you hope to do differently going into next game?
Yeah, it's a short turnaround, right? We got to get on a plane tomorrow and play a game against another really talented team, and we got to play 4 quarters worth of basketball. And I think it's just an intensity and an energy to start, right? It's a really well-coached team, and they ran a lot of good stuff at us, but we got to be able to adapt on the fly and really sort of figure it out. And you got to adjust to what's happening out there on the floor, right? The way you play, how you move your feet, fouls, no fouls. You got to adjust to the flow of the game and match it as quickly as possible. And we did it in the second half, but it took us a little too long to get there.
If you look at the stat sheet, offensively, 60-plus points from 2 guys. What's the message you give to your group when you know that you feel like you have talented players throughout the roster and you want them to kind of show that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Jordan and Malachi were tremendous today, right? Their ability to score, their ability to put the ball in the hoop is really high level. I mean, that's why they're NBA sort of prospects and NBA players, right? So when you have players like that, you gotta give them the ball and let them play and go a little bit. But we need everyone to come along to the party too, and we need some more production throughout the course of the game from our bench players and our other starters to balance it out a little bit. But hey, those 2 guys really fought down the stretch, right? They put their head down, they went to the rim, they drew fouls, got to the free throw line. I think Jordan got to the line a lot of times, 18 times, I think. Really impressive.
Mikhail McIntosh, foul trouble most of the day, but team leading +7, I think. 3 games in with the 905. What are your thoughts on him so far?
Yeah, I thought he really showed his physicality today. A few times rolling to the hoop, and Zimmerman's a big guy, and he was able to sort of, hit Zimmerman and show some force and finish at the hoop. That's what we need, and we brought him in for that sort of grit, strength, rebounding component. He showed it today. We got to keep him on the floor for longer so he can do it for more without the foul trouble. But I'm definitely impressed with what he's bringing to a team and what he will be able to do as we continue to evolve as a group.
Are you looking to start Mikhail moving forward as well?
I mean, today was somewhat situational in terms of matchups and what they did with some of us popping 4, starting at the 5 position for them. So we'll see. I think it's a game-by-game scenario, and you got, today started, but could be anyone for tomorrow.
And without Boucher in the lineup, do you find opposing teams make it a priority to attack the paint more? How did you guys handle it tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think our gaps, again, I've said this for a few days now, and we really need to improve our gaps, right? We need to stop dribble penetration with our gaps before it even gets to the rim. So Chris or no Chris, we got to have a front line of defense that's better than what it has been. And that's where we need to put our point of emphasis. And when Chris has come, that helps us, right? Because we can clean up some garbage for us. But irregardless, we need to be better on the front line of our defense. Our rim protection starts there versus actually at the rim.